come fly. It's a love untold. If you fly, come fly. I am gonna be the only one and all you'll ever need. Come on with me, baby, take my hand, fulfill your every dream. Time is always ticking oh so fast the moment I'm with you. Come on with me, baby, let's not wait before the night is through. Fly away with me, come fly with me, come fly with me, come fly. Just you wait and see, come fly with me, if you fly with me, come fly. Where our love unfolds, if you fly with me, come fly. It's a love untold. If you fly with me, come fly. I am gonna be your everything, the only one you'll need. Come on with me, baby, take my hand, just let me be your queen. There's so many things that we can do and places to explore. Come on with me, baby, let's not wait, it's you that I adore. Fly away with me, come on, fly with me, come fly with me, come fly. Just you wait and see, come on, fly with me, if you fly, come on, fly with me, come fly. Where our love unfolds, come on, fly with me, if you fly, come on, fly with me, come fly. It's a love untold, come on, fly with me, if you fly with me, come fly.
Why are people dying so young? Tell me now. Can you tell me why? Why are people dropping like flies? Tell me now. Ooh, people don't give a damn, and I don't understand. Does anybody knows how deep the rabbit hole goes? Ooh, we're in the matrix. Oh, we're in the matrix. Oh, yeah. Listen, every time I look around, they tell me cancer is putting somebody down. Yes, it is. And for a minute, everything is fine. Well, then the next thing I know, somebody got a stroke and left their family behind. I can't stand it. Ooh. 'Cause what we eat and what we drink is all a lie. Chemicals falling from the sky.
be. Distraction get the best of me, but I'm on my way. Can't stop me. There's a brighter day ahead of me, but you never give up the fight. Stay inside the light. Patience is the key. Where you want to be, but you never give up your dream. Hard as it may seem, matters not how long. Inside you must stay strong, but you never give up your hold. Someone will handle wrong. Hold on and on and on and on and on. We go through changes, life rearranges. Everywhere we thought we'd be, longer than we want to see. Some stop their dreaming, some take to scheming. I know what is wrong from right. I never give up the fight, 'cause I'm on my way. Can't stop me. There's a brighter day ahead of me. Don't mock me, can't stop me, but you never give up the fight. Stay inside the light. Patience is the key. Where you want to be, but you never give up your dream. Hard as it may seem, matters not how long. Inside you must stay strong, but you never give up your hold. Someone will handle wrong. Hold on and on and on I know I'll always rise. I got to, because the prize belongs to those who fight through. Don't mock me, can't stop me, but your hard times come and go. Stay inside the light. Make you strong, let you know. Patience is the key. Where you want to be, if you keep up your dream, make you stronger. Hard as it may seem, hold on to not how long. Little longer, stay strong. You gotta hold on. You gotta stay inside the light. Patience is the key. Be strong. Where you want to be, you gotta hold on. Be strong. Hold on. Hey, hey. Oh, yeah, yeah. You gotta hold on. You gotta hold on. Be strong. Hold on. It's gone. Hold on. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, you gotta. You gotta hold on. Be strong. Hold on. It's gone. Hold on. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Think we found a new form.
987654321. It is now time for the Indie Live Spot, right here on your station, GHP Radio, your independent music source.
what it is, y'all. What it is, y'all. This be the universal question. We seek the answer.
Picture the world with me. This is what I see. Justice, equality, racial harmony. What can one person do? I'm one, you make two. I will stand with you. Together we are better. What is color? What is race? Would you like me better if we had the same face? My blood bleeds red, my heart beats true. We're poverty, ethnoculture harmony. I heard one person say, love will make the way for peace and equality. This encourages me. What is color? What is race? Would you like me better if we had the same face? My blood beats red, my heart beats too. With so much love, my brother, for you. What is color? What is race? Would you like me better if we had the same face? My blood bleeds red, my heart beats true. With so much love, my sister, for you.
Yeah, we're thinking globally, we're acting locally. Want somebody, tell me what it is. Yo, practice like that does not bend, but if you bend your mind, you just might find a friend.
Find a friend. What is color? What is race? Would you like me better if we had the same face? My blood beats red, my heart beats true. With so much love, my brother, for you. What is color? What is race?
Sweet love.
Would you like me better if we had the same face? My blood beats red, my heart beats true. With so much love, my sister, for you.
questions lost in my yesterday, watching my life just walk on by. And I was thinking, somebody save me, somebody show me the way. Tired of walking blind, feeling left behind.
felt before. Gets confusing sometimes, baby, but I gotta let you know why I felt this way. Keep it going when I want you to stay. I'm glad it's mutual, cause at the end of the day, long walks in the park, conversation never stops. That's what we do, cause I'm stuck to you. You're the one for me. Nobody would ever see what we go through that makes us true. Excuse me, baby, I know I drive you crazy. I really miss you, honey. Come back to me, baby. Excuse me, baby, I know I drive you crazy. I really miss you, honey. Won't you be my unofficial? But you've always put me first, even though people got much to say. Stick around, I might put you first, though other brothers look my way. Long walks in the park, conversation never stops. That's what we do, cause I'm stuck to you. You're the one for me. Nobody would ever see what we go through that makes us true. Excuse me, baby, I know I drive you crazy. I really miss you, honey. Come back to me, baby. Excuse me, baby, I know I drive you crazy. I really miss you, honey. Won't you be my unofficial? Excuse me, baby, I know I drive you crazy. I really miss you, honey. Come back to me, baby. Excuse me, baby, I know I drive you crazy. I really miss you, honey. Won't you be my unofficial? Be my unofficial, stick around, no one down. Be my unofficial, can't let go, boy, you should know. Be my unofficial, stick around, no one down. Be my unofficial, can't let go, boy, you should know. Excuse me, baby, I know I drive you crazy. I really miss you, honey. Come back to me, baby. Excuse me, baby, I know I drive you crazy. I really miss you, honey. Won't you be my unofficial? Excuse me, baby, I know I drive you crazy. I really miss you, honey. Come back to me, baby. Excuse me, baby, I know I drive you crazy. I really miss you, honey. Won't you be my unofficial?
I'm getting a little
All right,
delayed.
ladies and gentlemen, we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is the Indie Live Spot. And of course, we are very excited today because we have a great guest today just going to be on the show with us, as you can see. And we just got to be playing a lot of great music for you. In fact, just now you heard a track from. It's produced by our special guest today, Trey. Balfour is in the house, so everybody help me welcome Trey to the show.
Trey!
Unofficial. What's up, Trey?
How you doing, man?
Man, we're doing great,
And
man.
ladies.
Good.
Doing great.
Good. Good.
Welcome, sir. Glad to have you on the show today, man. Been wanting to do this for a while, man.
Yeah. It's been some years.
Absolutely. And of course, we do have full crew. We have Joyce, Grizz, and Ray's here in the house as well.
Hey,
Nice.
Trey, what's going on, my bud?
Ray, my longtime buddy, Oklahoma City.
Yeah. Yes, sir. We go back, 30 years about it?
No, because I'm only 25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, 30 plus.
30 plus. Yeah, when Trey was with the group called After Five, boy, I tell you, this young man is a hella percussionist. And Trey, won't you give the audience what have you done in the past? Lion King and different works that you've done in the year.
Since I left Oklahoma.
Right.
Okay. Well, once I left Oklahoma back in '91. Left the jazz thing after 5. Moved out to California. Started touring with Color Me Bad about 6 months after I landed in California. Then after Color Me Bad, I was in the Lion King parade. Well, no, I take that back. I was doing television shows. Beverly Hills 90210, Melrose Place, 413 Hope Street, Ally McBeal. I was a side musician in some of the bands there. And I was doing that. Then did the Lion King parade for 2 years and was working with All for One during that stretch of Lion King and recorded on 2 of their CDs. And for little kids who don't know what CDs are, that's kind of like what we would play our music on. And now it's MP3s, but we'll get to that later. Okay, so I played on about two of their CDs and went to Montreux Jazz Festival in Switzerland with them, and that was really nice. And then came back, Lion King ended, didn't know what to do, and then this got a call from a guy, and he wanted me to play percussion for this little guy by the name of Michael Bolton.
Oh, this little guy.
Yeah, the little guy. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of him.
The little guy, Michael Bolton.
Yeah, little guy. Some guy I've never heard of. I was with Michael for 11 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was a nice run.
I bet.
Yeah.
And
I hate to cut you out. I don't want to cut you out, Trey.
But you're going to.
Let's come back.
You're going to anyway.
Let's step back, Trey.
Okay, yes, sir.
Let's step back at the beginning with Color Me Bad. Now, Color Me Bad from where? Oklahoma City, am I correct?
Absolutely right.
Okay, then. When Color Me Bad first come out, they used to be called back in the day. And
Take One. Yep.
Take One. Mm-hmm. And I was doing with a good friend of mine, Bill Elder.
Okay.
Which no longer with us now, but was doing staging. Okay. And so I got Color Me Bad. I mean, Take One hooked up with Robert Bell, Cool in the Gang. That's when they first got started.
Right.
They was in high school.
Uh-huh.
I hooked them up with Robert Bell.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Because, what was her name? Joyce Jackson, good friend of mine. I know her and the whole family. She had a show on Channel 5 every Saturday. I can't think of the name of it out the bat. But anyway, and I had her to come out to the hotel with her crew and all that. That's with Color Me Bad. So
Take
that's
One.
how they got hooked up with Robert Bell.
Oh, that's I didn't know you were instrumental in that, Ray.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, okay. I see you.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like, when you was without the five, that's one hell of a group. I was very instrumental with that, with you also.
I remember that.
You remember that?
I do. Come on, I can't forget that. I cannot forget. I cannot forget that. But after Michael Bolton, I started got the gig with Gladys Knight.
Oh,
and I got a call. A good friend of mine, he needed a sub, and so I was subbing for him, and I was doing that gig, and then I ended up with he's no longer with us, Kashif.
Kashif.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really cool because I can remember being 15 years old at Spring Lake Amusement Park.
Oh, Spring Lake, yeah.
Okay, in Oklahoma City. And So Fine is being played on, I forgot the name of this ride, but it spun around and, you know, it was like all you hear is, ooh, so fine, blow my mind, don't. I mean, just hitting hard. And I'm like,
that was the track there.
Yeah, and they said, oh man, that's something, you know, that's Howard Johnson, but Kashif produced it and wrote it. I'm like, Kashif, oh man, okay. And then fast forward years later, you know, 30 years later, I'm up here playing for Kashif, you know, and it's just like, wow, this, yeah, it was amazing. It was cool. And when we would do shows, Howard Johnson would come up and sing So Fine.
Nice.
I have footage where it's Howard, you know, I took my cell phone. I'm like, I have to capture this.
Right.
And I have, you know, Howard Johnson throwing down on stage singing So Fine. And Kashif is just, you know, casually doing his thing on stage. And I'm back in my rig. And I just call out Kashif. I'm like, hey, boy. You know, and he looks and he just starts laughing at me. And it's cool. I think I put it on YouTube or somewhere, but it's really cool to, you know, have those memories. You know, but I miss Kashif. He was a really good guy. And then after Kashif, I started getting off into production, which I had always been when I was with Bolton. You know, I wanted to write. And at the time I wasn't, and I'll never forget, the musical director had called me to his room to lay my percussion part on a song, and it was just going to be the band's intro, and Michael was going to introduce us, and everyone had musical input with the song except me, and I thought, I don't ever want to be in that position.
Right.
So I spoke with the drummer who's from Houston. His name is Lan Richards. I learned a lot from Lan. He got me on the technology with computers, and you know, you got to get a Mac and get your software, keyboard controller, and USB it, and this was all over my head.
Yeah.
And, you know, I started doing the software thing, and I just dove into it in the tour bus, in my bunk. I'm just every night after the show, and I finally got acclimated to what was going on. And then I just started writing and writing and writing and more writing and more writing. And the other musical director for Michael said, Trey, the more you do it, the better you will become at it. And that always stuck with me. And so here I am. I started producing Jay Lamont, Jam and Jay Lamont. A lot of people know him, and he's from Oklahoma City.
Yeah, you know, and he do comedian work as well.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. See, a lot of people don't know that Jay. We were in college together over years ago at Lincoln University, and he was the lead singer of our college band. And that was way ahead of our times, everyone's times, because we were recording in our dorm room on a realistic mixer and with metal tapes, and we ping pong them. And we would, after we were done, we would take the music up to the campus radio station, and then they would play it. So, you know, having our music being played on the radio when we were in college, and even though it was a campus radio station, it was fine.
Yeah.
But this was kind of like even before mixtapes came out, because somehow these tapes were being generated. You know, people were overdubbing them and sending them back home or whatever. I'll never forget, we went to Tulsa, Oklahoma to perform, And our song that we wrote, we didn't know that it was a hit in Tulsa with these kids.
Nice.
And we performed at, I believe it was McLean High School in Tulsa. And these kids rushed to the stage. It was like we were the Beatles. It was just like, how would you even know of this song?
Right.
But it was interesting. It was very fortunate. So, even back then, I always had a bug for being in music and writing it, but I just didn't have the knowledge or the tools to do it with till years, decades later. And like I said, with Jay Lamont, it started with Jay. No one would help me write. And
this is classic.
That was a moment where, you remember, it was the news and the guys doing this interview and
right,
it's come in. It was one of those moments. I forgot to take the fish out of the freezer.
Oh, you're in for it now.
A disturb sign, right?
Right. But no one would assist me in helping Jay, with this CD. And I'm from the school of, well, don't wait, create.
What? Well.
So I went out and got a new laptop and, updated my music software and just started going at it. And he and we got into the lab and we produced his EP, his 5-song EP. And that was about 3 years ago. And what was funny about that was we were always recording, but the end goal was to do a CD, a full-length CD. But we stopped at the EP. But I had 2 other songs in the can. Well, one of the songs I knew was a hit. You just had this feeling like, this is a pretty good song. This could do something.
Right.
Well, 3 years later, Jay kept asking me, Trey, when are you going to release Celebrate? When are you going to release Celebrate? And I'm like, all right, I'll do it. So 3 years later, this past January, I released it, just throwing it out there. And the song it landed on the UK Soul Chart at number 30.
Yay!
All right. Good work.
Following week, it moved up to 23.
Wow. The
week after that, it went up to 17. And then, I'm all about home. I'm all about Oklahoma City. I love Oklahoma City. That's where I'm from. And the radio station got a hold of it, and it went number 2 in Oklahoma City.
Nice.
Yay! Wow.
Yes.
At the FM station. And even if that's the only FM station that ever played it, I'm okay because that's home.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they showed love. Oklahoma City showed love. And Oklahoma City, I love you. I'm all about Area Code 405. That's right. And my area, where I am now, 661. But, I'm a community guy.
Trey, I wanted to ask you something real quick, because when you mentioned Michael Bolton, were you with him when he recorded Said I Love You But I Lied? That song? No, you weren't there with that?
I came into Bolton's camp in 1998. This was when he had, it was the All That Matters CD. He had Babyface write some stuff on it. And what was really cool about that whole time span of my life, the band at the time, we had like heavy 18 hitters. You know, you had Lan Richards, like I said, from Houston. I learned a lot from Lan. He was on drums. You had Dave DeLome on key, and Dave he's like American Idol. He played on American Idol. He was in the Tonight Show band with Jay Leno. Used to be in Layla Hathaway's band back in the day, years ago. Scott Mayo, great saxophonist. Scott is probably one of my favorite male vocalists. It's just like butter. His vocals are butter.
Like butter.
Yeah, you know, honestly. Chris Camozzi, he was the musical director, guitarist. And even prior to that, you had Joey Malati, keyboardist, great keyboardist. Janice Liebhart, background vocals. Amy Keys, and she sings with, she does the co-lead with Phil Collins.
Okay.
So, you know, and then, you know, Joe Toronto, who used to be Al Jarreau's musical director. Muggs Kane used to be the drummer before Lan, and his brothers, Jonathan Kane from Journey. So,
oh my God.
Yeah. So, you know, Michael knew how to pick these people, you know, and then you got a little old boy from Oklahoma, you know, doing his thing up there, and I was just loving it, you know. It was a good time. It really was. And with Jay's, you know, going back to Jay, the co-writers that did help me were Scott Mayo from Bolton's Camp and Janice Liebhart. Bolton's Camp. So, and also even my engineer that does all my mixing and mastering is Nelson Braxton from the Braxton Brothers.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's still playing bass with Bolt. And JP Peterson, who was my road dog, you know, out there with Bolton. He's from the Peterson family out of Minneapolis. You know, Ricky Peterson, you know, he co-wrote Could You Be the Most Beautiful Girl in the World by Prince. And JP's other uncle, St. Paul, was the keyboardist in The Time. So you know, and not to mention Skylar Deal, who I named my son after. He used to be Bolton's bass.
Right.
So I'm fortunate enough in my career to be surrounded by some of the most beautiful people, musicians, that I've been blessed with to call friends, and my musical brothers and sisters. You know, I'm blessed that way. You know?
Okay, quick question. Ricky Peterson, doesn't he play keys?
Yes, in Oregon. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I met him before. I actually met him. He was backing up when the first time I met him. Actually, he was touring with
David Sanborn.
Thank you. Yes, I just like, oh my gosh, I blanked out. And then the other saxophonist I saw him with, when I actually really talked to him a little bit more, was with Everett Hart.
Okay. Yeah.
And I know the name Chris Camozzi, but I don't know from what.
Chris?
Yeah, Chris Camozzi. I've heard that name.
Well, Chris used to be Mariah Carey's guitarist, but he was Michael Bolton's MD after Joey Malati left.
Okay.
That spot, and but yeah, and Chris had a #1 song on the smooth jazz chart. This was this was probably 99, 2000.
And that's probably what I've heard his name with that. Okay, because I know I've heard that name before. I was like, where did I'm like, well, you know, where you was like, I know I've heard the name, but I don't know from where.
Right.
So I was like, okay, but where did I remember that name from?
You know, it's interesting. One thing I've learned, you know, being in the music industry and just in the entertainment, you know, people say that it's a small world.
And it is.
But it is. But it's even smaller when you get into the entertainment industry. You know, and we all, you know, it's kind of like 6 degrees of separation. You know, it's probably 4 degrees now. You know, or 3, and it's probably 3. So, you know, I enjoy it.
Well, I think the internet, the cyber world, brings everybody closer too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I know people from that, like Gris and I, we've been knowing each other for years, but we've never met face to face.
Right. And then we also had another connection because of Joseph.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joseph and Charlie. Oh, and then Ricky Peterson also, he backed up Steve Cole.
Skype.
Who?
Steve Cole.
Steve
from Minneapolis as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I saw him as well. Ricky backing him up.
Yeah, but you know, it's beautiful because you've got that, you know, Texas, Oklahoma, Minneapolis, Ohio, all of that, you know, where it's music, you know, and you just forget about Ohio. It's like that's where it's coming from, you know, funk and all of that. You know?
Ohio players,
right?
Yeah, Ohio players, Dayton, you know, all the, you know, just groups, you know, groups, bands.
But since you've been all over the country, all over the world, where do you think is the best place to be if you want to make a career out of music?
A career? Oh, wow.
Oh, you need to go to New York. Oh, you need to go to Los Angeles. Oh, you need to go here if you want to do something.
Yeah, we're talking about out of the country, though? Or
well, let's start within the USA and then global.
Okay. Well, within the USA, I would have to say New York. I really would, because there's some stuff happening now in California, and I just got wind of this yesterday, and I'm not into politics.
I like that politics.
Well, you know, it's like there was this thing that was sent out, and it's called wait, let me find this. Let me pull it up on my phone, and you can look this up. It's called it says California Senate passes gig economy bill that could gut the music industry.
Ooh.
Okay, so now,
what was that? That can what?
Gut. G-U-T. The music industry.
Okay.
And without going into that, you know, it's like, okay, you know, California's cool. I moved out from Oklahoma City to California. You know, California, I guess they drove away the movie industry, even though the big ones are still here, but they're filming elsewhere. Okay.
Even in Texas.
Even in Texas. You know, so it's like, okay, so to answer your question, Joyce, like I said, it would have to be New York.
Okay.
You know, and it all depends on the type of genre of music that you're doing. You know, I have a student that moved to Nashville, Tennessee, and he's loving it. He's, you know, he was gigging, and now he's teaching privately, doing his thing, and hey, he's happy there. He's not ever coming back to California. He only comes back to visit, and he's got that country twang now.
Nashville biz.
He's got that thing.
So are you in California now?
I'm in California. Sunny Southern California. Palmdale, California.
And Rita's now in the house.
Rena is?
Yep.
What up, Rena?
Are we going to answer Candy?
Is Candy still there?
Yeah, Candy's still in the house.
Candy, what's up, baby? Love you. And I support you.
I jam with her sometimes. I love Candy shows, and I'll go out and sit in with her and have a good time.
Okay.
So, but now let me ask you
Hi,
something.
Nikki and hi, Lorraine. How you guys?
I'm sorry. Now, how do you think the music industry treats women in music?
You know, first of all, the music industry is very cutthroat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well.
Okay. and you know, you really have to answer your question. I can't answer that because I can tell you how I treat women.
Right, but you can't answer for everyone else, yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I treat women with the utmost respect, you know, coming in. You know, for example, you know, like with Nodesha, even with, I'm producing this young lady by the name of Janaya, who has a bright future. And, you know, I treat her with the utmost respect. You know, I have to, as a man, as a human.
Right.
You know, as a human being. Yeah, Joyce, I'm sorry, I can't answer that. I don't.
And I understand, but that myself and other women, sometimes we share, what do you call them, war stories about.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
And I think one of my friends posted something on Facebook a couple of years ago, had really upset her. I'm going to make a long story short, to be disrespected by a man when there are other men standing around witnessing it and didn't stand in the gap for her. You know, and even one time with a man who posted, because he had just done, was he part of the gig, or he was at this show? But anyway, the lead singer leaves by herself and gets attacked outside the club, and he was telling men, you should never let our women walk out there alone. And you know, because even Jamil plays drums, awesome, and there were a couple of guys that were a little shady in the place. And I was like, Jamil, could you walk me to my car, please? He said, absolutely. So I don't hesitate to ask.
That's right.
Now, you're running to guys that, you see this happening. Like with my friends on the stage singing, and some guy decides to slap on the rear end. I'm like, seriously, I'm so glad No, I wish I were there.
That's not good. That's not good.
You're taking matters in your own hands.
He would have gotten, I mean, that couple of us women that would have, even if we hadn't done anything physically, our faces and our tone would have said a whole lot. But knowing her girlfriend, she stopped the band, she stopped the show to address that.
Good.
And I'm glad she did, because and I would have stood there right there just in case something happened. I'll pick up a mic stand in a minute.
I understand. And I can probably say, because I'm one that I like to look at the big picture. I like to look at, okay, why did they do that? What is the reason? What is really going on? And, it could be several issues that this individual may have, several variables. It could be a cultural thing. It could be his environment, or, the culture. It could be where they are, because in California, it's very, it's a high sense of, the Me Too movement, everyone, and which that is a part of across the board, across the nation, I'm quite sure. But, I'm quite sure in some nook and crannies in America, you may have some people that are really follow the paint what's going as far as world or national issues. Mm-hmm. So they may be stuck 20 years behind where,
true,
hey, this is what we do. It's okay to slap her. You know what I mean?
And I'm you.
Right. Exactly.
Well, and she wasn't. I know her as an entertainer. I've played with her, and she's not Nicki Minaj, if you will.
Yeah, I got you.
By no stretch. Dresses fully. You know, she's not that type of. Not that that's a good excuse. Let me make anybody gets upset. You know, Joyce said if you dress no. I don't care if a woman walks naked down the street. It still doesn't give a man's right to stop and drape her. So please don't.
Erykah Badu in her video.
So and it was at the Balcony Club. That's a classy place. If you know, it's a nostalgic place. It's rated.
Is it really classy if they're doing that?
Well, it's just like a church.
Yeah.
You stop who comes.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
You're gonna have, you know, situations like that, and I do understand. Even though this place is a good place to play, I do realize, and I take precautions because sometimes I don't like people touching me. I'm trying to say stop touching me without sounding like a diva.
Well, it's something called personal space.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I mean? It's personal space, and unless you're invited in,
and drop my hands, it's over.
Right? Yeah. Okay, I'm not hugging you anymore.
Right. I hug, hey, good to see you. Grabbing my waist. At one time, I just did an elbow like this.
Yeah, well, you got
the picture.
Yeah.
Oh, that's enough. I done hugged you.
Yeah.
I'm done. Not scoot. And because I'm trying to be careful, I don't want to send signals.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's about business. So I don't want to send the wrong signals. Because a guy told me, "Oh, Joyce, sell sex on stage." I said, "No, I sell sax, SAX."
Right.
And I think once you start selling that, and that becomes part of your show, and you change your mind, people can't erase that.
Well, you know, over here, you know, and when you mention the travels, you know, I can say with me traveling, I've seen the cultures, and I will never, and I have, you don't mind if I tell you guys this story? It seems like whole life. You know, wait, you know.
I'm sorry.
Joyce, you okay?
What Gary just did, if you were watching the screen, he put Sister Girl.
Who?
You know, this is going to go in the archives, so go back and watch this, and you'll see why. Gary, that was a good one, though. I'm sorry, Trey.
No, that's all right.
Blame Gary.
Okay. Gary, you act teacher. Gary's acting up again.
Yeah. My bad. Go ahead.
All right. So, but
okay.
You know, I've learned that it a lot of it has to do with culture, and I'm talking like just straight up cultures, because you know, I'll never forget this. I was in Monte Carlo. I'm thinking, okay, I'm in Monte Carlo. I'm going to get a massage, and I'm, you know, on a massage table, and she comes in, and you know, I'm underneath the cover, and she starts massaging me, and no, everything's legit. See, okay, and we'll go back to that.
I'm embarrassed.
Culture. See, the culture. So I'm like, so where are you from? She says, oh, I'm from France. I'm like, oh, cool. So, and I asked her, so what country, if you were to leave, what country would you want to go visit? And she says, oh, I don't know. I said, well, America? She's like, no. Now, you know, here I'm the American from America, you know, and I'm like, so I actually kind of lean up and turn around. I'm like, you don't want to go to America? She's like, no. I said, well, why? Why not? She said, because there's no culture there.
You about right.
Ooh.
And when she said that, I thought, okay, wait a minute. How can I respond to this? Because at first I got defensive, let me listen, let me, okay, bring it down. What? Okay. So, well, where would you want to go? She said, well, maybe China or South America.
Mm-hmm. Egypt.
Yeah, and she said, yeah, those places. And I said, well, okay, why? And I said, and why? She said, because America, United States, is a new country.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And when she said that, my whole perception of the globe, not just America or Europe, the globe changed. And I remember, and this is when we were on Michael's world tour. And I started thinking about the places that I had been. And then thinking of New York and remembering, oh yeah, New Amsterdam in Manhattan. Those buildings look, but everything is more modern. She's right. United States is new. So it's like we don't have the culture that
they do.
In France, okay, I've been to Europe 3 times. The third time is when it hit me, when all this hit me. When over here, musicians, they're not treated as royalty. It's, the arenas. When I was in Europe, I played in venues that were built by the Romans, over 2,000 years old.
Wow.
Okay? I mean, venues, these structures that are still standing, and they were built for the entertainers. They were the ones that they paid homage to, or they appreciated. Over here, they built the arenas, Staples Center and New Dallas Cowboy Stadium and blah, 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 One Bank Arena, blah, blah. They built that for the athletes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was just like, oh my gosh, I need to move to Europe. In France, if you're an artist, they pay you to be an artist. Yeah. It's just like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
the state pays you. So it's just like, okay. Yeah. So going back to that question, where should you go? For music, that's what I said. Okay, state. Are we talking states or worldwide? You know what I mean? So, yeah, it really. Don't get me wrong. I love where I live. But for a musician, an artist, I don't think this is the best place. Even Jay's manager, for example, with Jay's song Celebrate, it went number 17 on the UK Soul chart. What? Really? How did they even get it?
Wow.
I think I know, but as a matter of fact, I do. And it's like, okay. And Jay's manager said, Trey, what a lot of artists do is they get big in Europe. They promote in Europe. They promote outside the world, outside the U.S., should I say, and then promote back in.
Okay. I can see that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So that really makes sense, So it's it's interesting. I'm still learning,
Oh, so am I.
Yeah, everything. What the way the music industry was 30 years ago, Ray. Gary, Joyce, all you guys know. It's totally different now.
Oh, yeah.
It's totally, and that's why I really love Prince, because when Prince did what he did, with Slave and on his side, and people thought he was crazy, but they weren't dealing with what Prince was dealing with at that level.
Right.
So he was informing us then, but we weren't mentally able to process that. And now, 25 years later, it's like, this is what he was talking about. This is what he was talking about. With technology, like I said earlier before we went on air, technology is like that necessary evil. You love it, but you hate it.
Right.
It's kind of, 2 steps forward, but 3 steps back sometimes with technology.
Yep.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I do. It's like uncharted territory. Like with land, if you're trying to figure this all out.
Yeah.
The thing is that independent artists, while iTunes and Spotify and all these, what's the other one? Pandora, they're still raking in billions of dollars off of our intellectual property. We're still trying to figure it out, but they are still profiting. That's why they said, well, this is uncharted territory. We're trying to figure it out. I said, but you're still profiting. And when you play my music, you give me 0.505 of a cent. I mean, you spent a penny, so... Yeah, so
and did you ever get a letter of intent from Spotify?
I did.
You did? I have.
You mean about the class action lawsuit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it and I turned it in. I told Gary about it.
Yeah.
But did I ever get some money? No, not yet. And I probably won't. I'll probably get 5-cent check in the mail as a class action while the lawyer makes his money. That's how class action suits are. I did it, but I didn't get excited like, oh, I'm about to get some money. No, I just.
Yeah. And see, and that's something that I don't know enough to talk about. I'm ignorant when it comes to that. I'm slowly learning.
Exactly.
Well, you look at it like this also. That when they say, well, you got Amazon where you can house your music and get paid here, but you know something, they still have mom and pop record stores. You got to find those. That's where you can get most of your sales, out of those mom and pop record stores.
Yeah, but Ray, where are they?
Yeah.
I don't.
They are out there. Believe it, they are out there. You have to.
You're right. There's one in Lancaster. There is.
Yeah.
They're selling old albums, right? Is that what they're doing?
They playing old stuff, they playing new stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But see, if you can get your music into one of those stores, and people see it, in the rack, they're gonna pick it up.
But it's not a whole lot of them, though. That's the thing. There's not a whole bunch of them. You got to have a whole lot to make something.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
The military people are still buying CDs, and I can go out there on any base and I can look on that rack and pull up a CD off that rack.
I want to see that, because I don't know if anyone. Ray, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if you look around my studio. I don't even have a CD player in here. We don't even have a CD player in our house.
Well, everything is download now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where they cut your throat at, on the downloads. You're not getting any money, but that's like Joyce said, a penny, half a cent. How can you do that?
Yeah.
I think that eventually, that I pray that the God Almighty would come up with something that, well, you see, right now, that's why I've been pushing live shows, doing live gigs. That's
where you're going to make your money. That's where you're going to make your money.
And what happens if they get pumped up by what I did, then they said, well, we want a souvenir. They're really not buying a CD.
Right.
Buying a souvenir. So they get your CD to say, I have something I want to support.
I got Joyce's souvenir.
And so you have to look at, so I'm learning how to do this.
Market yourself. You have to remarket yourself.
Yeah, market yourself. And now I market myself as reggae and R&B, jazz, straight ahead, smooth jazz. And if they say we want reggae, then I got my reggae people. Hey, you ready, lyrics? Yes. What date? Okay, we're booked. And then that way, and then then I started doing, they would make fun of me with backing tracks. I started doing backing tracks. That's catching on. I've done several festivals with me on the stage backing tracks. I have it all arranged where when I switch horns, I got music in between where I can talk, and then it moves into the next one, do, stuff like that. So I had to be creative in order to make money because I'm full time.
Look.
Because I'm not selling online.
Don't feel embarrassed, because I had a band and I whittled it down after all these years to right now it's myself and a saxophonist, JD Bolden, and we're playing to backing tracks. I went out and purchased a Roland SPD SX.
There you go.
Sometime I purchased a little kick, electronic kick, and I go in there with just those two. My iPad, he has his iPad, our system, and I'm running in-ear and microphone, and that's it. And because sometimes even the clubs, the rooms, they're not going to pay.
That's
right.
So it's just like, okay, well, at least you're going to pay for this technology.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's what I tell them. I said, well, if you can't afford my band, contact me for custom pricing.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just make suggestions. I've done like a party with 3 people. My friend Cedric, he's awesome. Cedric Devine. He's an awesome singer. He's an awesome keyboard player. I had my iPad, like you said, he had his, and we had another singer in between. We turned that party out. As a matter of fact, they remembered us from 2 years ago, and they called us back. We want you to do the same thing for a show. And all 3 of us got paid well.
Yeah, girl.
So you have to be creative. I wish I could sell music online, sell CDs, and blah, blah, blah. That would be great. But what I'm wishing is that a rich sponsor would come along and say, Joyce, let me be the executive producer of your.
You looking for that underwriter, girl? I hear you. I hear you.
But Joyce, straight. I think this. You have to find the right management team. If you find the right manager, once you find that, everything is. It becomes just
like he said, it's so political. What did you say? Politics?
Oh, politics.
Politics, and because I'm just a down-home sister from South Louisiana. I like all the drama.
Yeah.
But they out there.
You just want to play.
I want to play. And I don't want to worry about getting, Sister Wig, let's see, what we going to do? What you mean we're going to do? I got a contract. You owe me.
Gary, we going to run out of time. Why don't you play some more Trey's music, man?
Yes. Just about what I was ready to do. So let's do that.
But when we come back, we're going to go back. Me and Trey going to go back into the day,
Okay.
Now you got a plan.
Back in the day when I was here.
We're going to bring it back in the day on you.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let him do what he wants.
This is fun, guys.
All right. Okay.
We have like 3 people listening.
I got some stories about I got some stories. Put it down.
Okay, Gracie, let it start.
I know, right?
I've interrupting Gary. All right, G, go.
Okay, can I get in? Can I get in the edgewise?
Finally. Finally.
Is this commercial break? Yeah,
we'll let. Yeah.
It will be. It will be.
You're still on, so everybody sip it. Gary, go.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to go into one of the tracks here. In fact, it's one of the ones that we were talking about with Trey a little bit earlier, the Celebration track there, and by Jay Lamont, and of course produced by our guest here. And we're going to play some more, and then we're going to come back, so y'all keep it locked right here.
And I'm the hype man on it. Hey! What's that?
All right. We'll be right back. Keep it locked.
Hey, where the steppers at?
Sometimes love comes and goes away. Every time I think just how much you mean to me. Oh, I have kept my faith in us all this time, understanding how much it's meant to be. Yeah, I appreciate what we have. There is no turning back. On the right path to you and I. So let's take our time and make it right, because this is what we've dreamed of all the time. I appreciate what we have. There is no turning back. Celebrate two as one. Life has just begun. Celebrate the love we share. Celebrate everywhere. We can do this all night long. Come on now. Celebrate you and me. Love will be eternally. There's no way we can go wrong. Come on, take my hand. Let's get to moving, moving. Gonna make it last forever, yeah. We don't have to rush, cause we have all night. Let's celebrate all through our lives. Celebrate the love we share. Celebrate everywhere. We can do this all night long. Celebrate you and me. Love will be eternally. There's no way we can go wrong. Celebrate the love we share. Celebrate everywhere. We can do this all night long.
this feeling that I have since I fell in love with you, like I had no other to be. For as long as I can see, it's so hard to imagine without you by my side. No matter where you are, my love for you I just can't hide. Never can let you go. Got this feeling you should know, and I really want you in my life. Ooh, can't you see? You're the only one for me. Should have never let you go. Now this is the time to realize what we have is justified. This relationship should never die. 'Cause you're the star that's in my night. It's so hard to imagine without you by my side. No matter where you are, my love for you I just can't hide. Never can let you go. Got this feeling you should know, and I really want you in my life. Ooh, can't you see? You're the only one for me. Should have never let you go. Never can let you go. Never can let you go. Never can let you go. Yeah. Never can let you go. Never can let you go. Got this feeling you should know, and I really want you in my life. Ooh, can't you see? You're the only one for me. Should have never let you go. Should have never let you go. Should have never let you go. There's this feeling that I feel for you. Ever since the day I first met you, I wanted you to be right by my side. With everything that you have done for me, I'm so glad that you are truly here. Life is good when you're so near. Now this is the time to make it, making this love affair. Giving all that we've been through, just to see you standing there. Come on, let's go have our special date night. It'll be so special when you shine on me. It's meant to be for us, knowing your love shines in every way, just like the sun unto the day. Loving you is just the way I've always felt, 'cause your love shines down on me. I'm glad that you and me and no one else. Now this is the time to make it, making this love affair. Giving all that we've been through, just to see you standing there. Come on, let's go have our special date night. It'll be so special when you shine on me. It will be so lovely. Shine on me. Oh, it will be so beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and wow, that's some great tracks there from our guest who has presented us with some great music. Got another one we're going to play a little bit towards the end of the show, but we are back, and that was "Shine on Me," and then of course we also heard a track called "Never Can Let You Go." We did start out with "Celebrate," and we played one from his group Blacktop. Time Well Spent. All nice. Very, very nice.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I had nothing to do with them.
God did it.
But just like I was saying, before we went to that break there, I'm gonna let Trey tell you this. That they all cussed me out at one time. Maurice, Trey, Dave, and Walton. Tell them what happened, Trey.
Well, which time, Ray? You talking about when we were
at 4 o'clock in the
station? Wait, at the TV station?
Yeah.
When we were in Tuxas?
Tuxas?
When I was in Oklahoma City with Butch McCain.
Okay, look, right.
Butch McCain show.
Okay. Oh, is this with the tiger, the little tiger?
Yeah.
Ray, I don't remember. Man, I'm telling you, man. As I'm getting younger, my memory, you're gonna have to go.
I know you remember that. Y'all won't cuss me out because y'all had to be up there at 4:00 in the morning. God. At Butch McCain on Channel 4, Butch McCain show.
All I remember at that time in the morning, I remember us with a tiger or something. There was a little bitty cub tiger that I was playing with. That's all I remember. I'm just like, why am I playing with a tiger at this? You know, it's not like a kitten or a puppy. I'm playing with a tiger, a kitten tiger, at 6 in the morning. That's all I remember. But those are
that's all you remember.
Those are some good times.
Yeah. And I remember when y'all was on Channel 13 and y'all was in tuxedos.
That was I had my top fade.
Yeah.
Now it's all fade.
It's a real fade all the way.
Right?
Look here. They had to get it on. They had to put on these tuxedos. I think Dave's was a little tight. I think Trey's was kind of. I think Trey's Maurice pants was kind of high water, but you know we'll see.
Yeah, we had wing tips.
Gotta do what you gotta.
You know, it's just like, okay, we're shooting this video. You know, I'd much rather be, you know, cool but it worked out perfect. After 5, you know, we were in After 5 wear, and I get it. You know, now I get it. Mm-hmm. Like right now, this second, I get it. Yeah, it works. Good job. Okay, Ray, I see you're a visionary. You're ahead of your time. You know, I got it.
I want to hear about Gladys Knight. She's one of my all-time favorites.
Yes.
What was it like?
Okay.
Another soul queen.
Okay. All right, let me tell you. Okay.
I love her.
I'm going to tell you something about Gladys.
Gladys.
Salt of the earth. You know, I mean, I've seen her just on stage performing in between song, someone, you know, we love you, I love you too, baby. You know,
That's so like her.
You know, and it's just, I try to, from all the artists that I've worked with, I try to take something from them. Mm-hmm. You know, I took something from Golden, I took something from Kashif, I took something from Gladys, because they're the greats to me. And I'll never forget this. Me and the drummer, you know, I was playing percussion, and the drummer, Damian Hall, great drummer, Vegas cat, just playing. I mean, just spirit, just playing, and made me play. And I'm like, oh, we get to do this? Okay, all right, teacher, we playing. So Gladys pulled us over to the side, and you know, she said, baby, now look, I don't mind y'all playing, just play my song. Mm-hmm. Play. I want you to play, just as long as you play my song. And I thought, okay, so what I got from that was she wanted us to be us. Still play her song, but be you playing her song. That was the main thing. You know, you play that song, but you know, we could take liberties. Mm-hmm. You know, but as long as it was in
appropriate time.
At the appropriate time, is, you know, as long as you're playing that song, mm-hmm. you know, you can have your liberties. You know, because she's the one. She wants to feel that. She wants to feel that. Mm-hmm. You know, and with Michael, what I got from Michael was, you know, and this is kind of funny because I was coming from the jazz, you know, playing with Benny Maupin and all this other stuff. You know, it's like, okay, so I was just like jazz, you know, and Bolden was like, I don't want to hear no jazz here. We won't hear no jazz.
He was working in rock. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. No problem. So, and we're playing with a click, playing with a sequence, and we were, at the bar one night, and I said, Michael, let me ask you something. Why do you want your show the same way every single night? Why? Mm-hmm. So I said, jazz, we go with the spirit, we just, you're not going to hear the song played the same the very next night or whatever. Mm-hmm. He said, Trey, I'll tell you why. He said, because when women go to a grocery store and they want a delicious red apple, but it's a Granny Smith, that's not the delicious red in their mind that they wanted. They bite into it. It's a Granny Smith, not a delicious red apple. Mm-hmm. The product is that delicious red apple. And it's the delicious red apple every single time they go there to the grocery store to get it. Mm-hmm. That's the way my music is. That's where I look at it. When they come see me, it's going to sound just like the CD. But okay.
Because that was his style. Yeah.
Yeah. And
it worked for him. So
it worked what he was doing. And I kind of, I took that even with Jay. It's like, and we're glad. Oh, this is the song. So they were still saying the same thing. Mike was a little bit less of it. It's like he wants this. We could take some liberties, a little bit.
Just a tiny bit, yeah.
Just a tiny, but still play the song.
And that's the challenge when you get when I play with different musicians that are mainly jazz and freestyle, and we do an R&B song, and I'm going, no, this is not good. You got. I said, and I was like, how do I tell them? What was song? It was a song I was playing. I can't remember. But R&B is simple in terms of the chord progression.
Yes.
The what's hard about R&B is that it's the hits that make it in certain places.
And the rhythm.
Yes, you play the head, you improvise 3 or 4, you go back to the head, and you're done. But R&B is not like that, and the guitar is not as much up front. The nice little hits here and there, but you have to study and learn where it comes in, and then that's a challenge because no one, you're not getting paid enough to rehearse that much. Let me put it that way.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, how do we rehearse and make sure we get it here and here and here? So what we do is we make it our own. One of my favorite to cover is Sade's Soldier of Love. Mm-hmm. I don't sound it like
a bass line on that song. I love it.
I just love just something simple like that. But to get people to understand.
And I really think a drummer produced that. I really think a drummer.
You know what? I think so too.
Because that bass line is so prominent,
Yeah.
And the hits are just perfect. Even from the beginning, that G minor, triad, just hitting. Mm-hmm. And the drum comes in.
But it's like, I should have produced that. I could have written that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because my stuff, it's funny. The bassist that I work with, and you're going to hear him on the track if he plays control. He's the bassist in Blacktop, and he's playing guitar. He's playing the guitar solo on this. But he says, Trey, I can tell your stuff. I'm like, why? He's like, it's just a drummer produced it and wrote it. I can just tell. I'm like, is that a good thing or a bad? He's like, he's like, no, it's just your thing. And so I'm like, okay, cool. And what's funny is I wrote a song for J.P. Peterson, Ricky Peterson's nephew. It's called In My Life, and it was the title of his CD. And it was so funny. Ricky, J.P. was telling me that Ricky really dug the bass line. And JP told me, said, "What? You know why you dig it so much?" And Ricky said, "Why?" JP told me, "Because the cat didn't know what he was doing."
That's the best.
Ignorance is bliss.
So people would, I think that's great because you introduce new styles. I mean, people thought Charlie Parker was weird. People thought James Brown was weird.
Right.
They did something new and change it. So I think that's great when you're just ignorant of everything.
Right.
And create music.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I mentioned before, David McLaurin has stuff that's so refreshing to me. Just refreshing. It's just, like, man, I love your stuff. He said, well, people said I can't write that. I said, don't worry about it. Your stuff is great.
Yeah, exactly. They thought that about Mozart.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right. They sure did.
That is correct.
Right. So I think your stuff, I think that you being a drummer and percussionist, writing, you know how to bring the bottom in such a solid way that's why I love Soldier of Love. When I heard that on the radio, it was on my alarm clock. Yeah. And I woke up to that. I sat up in my bed.
At sound check, he would have played on trumpet.
Wow.
Where did we go? Oh, there we are. Okay.
And I thought, okay, and then Benny said, Trey, let me tell you something. This is coming from a saxophonist. It's all about the rhythm. Mm-hmm. It's all about the rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, it's like, okay. Huh?
I agree with that because if you have good bottom, good rhythm, I can create a melody so easily. I think everybody's like building a house. Start with a good foundation and then build on top of it. So,
that's what I do at my high school, where I'm the marching band director and percussion instructor. And with the marching band, the head director, he works with the band inside, and I work with the percussion in the percussion class. So I always start with my bass line. I've got 4 to 5 basses because that's my foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And my philosophy is life through drumming through life. So you want to, and I ask the kids, what do you want to build your house? Sand or concrete? And they're like, concrete. I'm like, why? Well, it's a good foundation. Exactly. So this is how we're going to do this. We're going to work with the bass line. Then we're going to work with the tenors. Then we're going to work with the snares. And we'll work with the front ensemble. And man, these kids, I almost brought tears to my eyes yesterday. They sound tight. We're doing a Latin show. So I've got these kids playing Shake A, Guido.
Wow.
And conga, and they've got like a little montuno going in the pit, and abanico and cowbell cooking, doing 12/8 and 4/4.
You better tape this and put it on Facebook so I can see it.
I will.
Okay, make sure I get tagged so I can see it.
I will. And these kids, and I've been working with the sousaphones, building that foundation, having the kids balance to the sousaphones, get that bottom and build it up, that pyramid, that sound, that pyramid of sound, and it's like it's that foundation. Rhythm is that foundation.
Right.
It really is, isn't it?
Right.
Sorry,
time. It's almost time.
Yeah, we want to hear Control. What's it?
Yeah. Well, that's cool. We can kind of push a little bit further. Let's put that track on and then come back and wrap it up.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yay.
So
ladies, listen to this song.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about it before we go into it, Trey.
Okay, so Control. Well, I had the pleasure of meeting Janiyah, her and her manager, and Janiah's boyfriend. She was on a gig with us. It was for Juneteenth this past June, and I just heard her sing. She went on before us, my little duo, and I just told the manager, okay, bottom line, need to hook up. That was the bottom line. Brought her to the place, and we talked live for a minute to see what she was on, who her interests were, who inspired her. So for that, I said, okay, I can do something like that. Yeah. And I did it. And this song, Control, I produced 3 songs for her. And the manager's shopping here with some people out of Philly. We'll see. But this is kind of like my tribute to Prince.
Oh.
And you'll see why.
Okay.
All right.
A sprinkle of Prince.
Very cool.
Okay.
All right, sweet. Well, let's do that, and then we'll come back and we'll wrap it up for the day.
Okay.
All right. So get ready.
Like
this is going to be a nice one. I already know because everything Trey does is nice, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
So get your ears open, and we will return in just a few. Well, just however long it takes for this song to play. All right, so keep it locked right here. We'll be right back.
My heart breaks so that you love and I love so truly. I just can't lie, you belong with me, boy. She could never love you the way I love you, boy. I'm standing here until you realize that I'm the one you needed. And if you don't wanna talk it out now, you'll be stuck regretting asking yourself how. She doesn't know I'm the one on your mind tonight. Remember when you used to call in the middle of the night? I told you all my dreams, you told me that it'd be alright. You told me that you'll never leave, you're not that type of guy. But what are you lying to yourself, babe? Boy, you never could fool me with that tough act. Run around like you don't care, baby, that wasn't the plan. You told me yourself that I'll make you a better man. She could never understand. So understand this. Not saying that I'm jealous. Well, maybe I am. I'm trying to control all these feelings. I don't know how to be rid of this. So please don't tell me that you want me when you really won't. It's never the right time, but we still can't let go. See, when I've got someone, you chasing me all
And now the guitarist is Dave Pruitt, who in my band Blacktop. He was a session musician for Motown. When they made that exodus from Detroit to LA, he was a part of that. So, and he lived in my town, and Dave's big brother to me, he's great guitarist, and I'm fortunate to have, even now where I am, J.D. Bolden, he produced Grover Washington. He's a saxophonist that I work with. I'm in his band and he's in mine. And it's like just this little, I don't want to say a clique, but a group of guys.
Community?
I think a community guys where Jay Lamont is involved in that. Sings and, Dave, and we're all there for each other. My brother and I, he helped me start my production company. And so everything's going through that. And, it's cool. It really is. So big shout out to Ronnie in Kansas City, Ronnie Balfour.
Yes. All right.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, dang it. I wish we had more time. You know what I mean? We had so much fun. Every time we have fun, it goes by so fast.
I know. Trey just got to come back.
Please, anytime.
Yeah.
This was.
Well, before we.
I told you it's going to go by fast, Trey.
You did.
But before we do go, Trey, please, for our viewers, let them know where they can follow you and how they can, anything that you have going on, they can keep up with your music and all that kind of good stuff.
I'm such a private guy. Trey Balfour at Facebook. I'm kind of, I'm very shy. Trey Balfour Instagram. I really don't like. I don't want to put my business out there. Twitter. No, I'm on all the social medias. Trey Balfour. So that's it.
I found you on Twitter, I think. BA4?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to follow you.
Well, you know it, and I'm going to follow you right back. just for you follow me, I'm going to follow you.
Well, you best follow me. Thank you.
Let me see what's going on.
Your website, Trey?
Huh?
Your website for the viewers?
Actually, I don't have a website yet.
Okay.
I don't. Because, I'm Hebrew. So it's like, I'm
the internet. I just entered your name and all kinds of stuff popped up. So you're not a
website for him, though.
That's good. I don't see you, Joyce.
I just followed you, Joyce Spencer, Joyce_Spencer. But we'll get to that off the air. I think Gary's trying to wrap up.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, Gary.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Like it's the union. Gotta go. Gotta
go. Cut. It's dinner time. Come on.
No, but
we are hungry.
Again, Trey, man, like I said, we really do enjoy having you on today, and
thank you, Barry.
Coming through. Yeah, and
thanks for having me.
Definitely, and we definitely would look forward to your return as well.
Please send my love to Oklahoma City, man. Please.
Absolutely, yes, representing, and gosh, and I guess everybody else just have a great weekend, enjoy yourselves, and of course we will be back next week, same place, same time, so definitely join us here. Yeah, and then again, and then Trey, I'm gonna let Trey if he's got anything to say to anybody that might be listening, and before we let everybody kind of get their outros out right quick. So
all I want to say is thank you, the four of you guys, for having me on. Really means a lot. for the support, the new friendship, and just keep the music alive and do what y'all do. I hope you have success, continued success, and even more. So, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart to the heart of my bottom.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Okay.
All right. Okay, then I'll do my outro. As a matter of fact, I thought Gary said Afro.
Just because you wore that Afro wig.
I loved my 70s look. It was so cool. I just had fun. My big Afro was so cool. But anyway, I enjoyed the show immensely. You said, Trey, that you take something from every artist that you have performed with. Well, I have taken something from you as well, because your knowledge you've blessed me with it. So I thank you for the information, and there are indie artists in the chat line that will benefit from that too. So thank you so much. Thank you for being nice to the ladies in the business.
Absolutely.
You will be blessed 1,000-fold for taking care of us women.
I think our sisters, man.
Yeah. But thank you very much. And we'll, people in the chat line, all the listeners, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. And now I will hand it over to Mac. The Mac is back.
Woo woo, man.
Hey, Trey, my friend.
Yeah, man.
All these years, I'm so glad you came on the show. Got a hold to you. Man, I enjoyed. Although I didn't get a word in edgewise, but that's cool.
Oh, yes, you did.
That's for the next interview. That's for the next interview. That's for the next interview.
Okay.
He had the whole first 30 minutes all by himself.
I'm cool with that. Yeah. Hey, my friend, was glad to see you, talk to you.
Yeah, man.
And I hope everything is well. And I'll be talking to you soon, Trey.
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right, then.
All right, chat room, thank you for joining us and for supporting and showing your support and love to us and our guest, Trey Balfour. Thank you, Trey, for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And our listeners that are honestly listening, thank you for tuning in. We will have a guest next week. Her name is Heidi Tan. She's a singer. So join us next week. It's going to be awesome. She's got some awesome music.
Yay.
Guys, have a great weekend. Stay hydrated, please. And stay, if you're going to be outside, sunscreen, hat, be safe. Please, yes, but stay very hydrated. And we'll see you next week, okay? Ciao.
All right, everybody.
Love, peace, and soul.
Like the soul.
All right, everybody. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see y'all next week.
Off the air.
Even in the daytime, don't change. And even if we lost time, even if we said bye, I would find my way. Right back to you. And baby, would you still love me? Even if we got into and baby, would you still ride for me? Even leaving. Tell me all the reasons that you wanna step and get to leaving. Been a cold season, so you know it's been freezing now. Boy, look, see, I still got you cheesing up. Who you gon' find like me?